Alright, so hello. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 9 of Mario Paint Monday. This is Anatomy of a Wave, done by not Bob himself, actually. This is another guest painting by apparently Joyce Ortner. I didn't watch the entirety of this painting, but... well, because I usually don't end up actually watching the whole, video. But... this one, as you can see, which I guess actually isn't on the YouTube vertical layout, this one's definitely a bit more of like a basic one. I feel like it was maybe intended to be more of a a little bit of a tutorial episode maybe. Currently living in a shared apartment, so you don't want stuff your room with too much merch. That's valid, honestly. It's totally understandable. Yo, Stalcore, is this a hardcore painting? It's always hardcore, baby. We can't go back. We can only go forward. Actually, Mario Paint has a singular undo button. You can undo once with the dog. So it's like hardcore light, we can say. How about that? Good morning. Hello, sad kid. Have I seen the Sonic 3 movie? I have not seen the Sonic 3 movie, but allegedly I hear it's really good. That's what I hear a lot of, that it's supposedly really good, which is hype. Maybe I'll see it at some point, but it's not an immediate plan for me. Well, I hope the grocery hunting is hype, creepy stalker. If you had a nickel for every time that's happened to me, you'd have 1 nickel. Oh, okay. Okay. I love having nickels on deck. I'm kind of surprised though. Today is one of those days where I am awake and streaming all before noon Eastern. All before noon, maybe. Feels good. You want your nickel back? I got your nickel right here, baby. Oh, Shadow. I do not have a Shadow plushie, tragically. Tragically, no. You going to Heb today, G? Let's fucking go. Let's go. Love to hear the Heb RTA happening. Maybe that's where we should have BGQ. This one will be 5, right? BGQ 6 at a Heb? Sub goal? Question mark? So how was everybody's weekend? Hope everyone's weekend was amazing. Nope, no Tails plushie, tragically. I only have a Sonic plushie. That's the only Sonic character plushie I have possession of. That's its government name. Oh, government Heb. Okay, well, I guess I can say actually that I woke up at 9:30, but then I didn't actually get up until I think it was just before 11. I definitely laid in bed for a little while. I was maybe hoping to fall back asleep because, you know, sleeping 6 or 5-ish hours is not usually the ideal scenario. Usually. You have a 2-month-old baby. Guess what you did? You hung out together and watched SpongeBob. Final answer? Close. Watch streams. Pog. I mean, if you're watching Justin's stream, who didn't stream this weekend, it's kind of like watching SpongeBob with his alerts. And I have a haunted shopping list behind me, so that's also kind of like SpongeBob, actually, if you think about it. Actually, G, weren't you literally talking about last night how when you were in Japan, like one of your friends you were with said they hadn't seen SpongeBob, so you were gonna try and watch Japanese SpongeBob, but then you guys didn't, I think? I think that happened, maybe? Yeah, I was definitely like high-key like listening to y'all last night for a little while, and then I was like, I need to get up and just like get food. I need to eat because it's like 2 a.m. and I haven't like eaten hardly. So I ate food, and then I was like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna dip and do my own thing because I just wanna chill. You saw Japanese SpongeBob, but our friend had never seen any SpongeBob. Rip. Unfort. Unfort indeed. Is that a sip of water? I think that's a sip of water. Do I want to fill this all in with the dark blue? Like, do I want a Mario brush and just dark blue for all this? I think I do, actually. Maybe we, well, maybe don't Mario brush. Maybe we just like fade in some. I don't know. We'll try that. We will try that, I think. I was honestly kind of surprised though when I saw this painting and I'm like, wow, there's like not much in this painting, honestly. Which in some ways, for me, is like, oh, that kind of means like I need to do like better on this painting. If there isn't like a whole ton going on in it, that means I need to do good. You know what I mean? Can I put on the Sonic 3 trailer? No. Luckily, that's what Google search is for. Hope this helps. Update, we are gonna just put in some dark blue. Alright. Here, overnight oats, you add collagen powder and flax seeds. Ooh. What is collagen powder? What is the goal with collagen powder specifically? Curious. Because, like, I know, like, I hear of, like moisturizers having collagen in it, for example. I didn't realize you could, like, consume collagen, though. For example. Maybe we like... Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what I never did? I never posted on Blue Sky that I was streaming. I meant to do that. Whoopsie. I'm bad. I never did that. Happy 1201, 1203. Oh my god. Mario Paint Monday stream. Mario Paint Monday into Majora's Mask, all masks. Speedruns. Boom. Sports healthy skin, hair, nails, bones, and joints. Ooh. Shout out to flax seeds. I haven't been using our flax / chia seeds lately because I was like, I low-key think I was getting too much fiber. I think that's my read. I think I was getting too much fiber, like low-key for a bit there. And I was like, I think I need to like relax on this for a little bit. Like I was going too ham because I was like having like oats with my oatmeal, crazy oats and oatmeal. I know, insane concept. And then I was having like the flax seeds or chia seeds with it some days. And then like just a lot of that. I'm like, this is too much. I think this is too much. I need to like chill just a tad. Collagen in its most basic form and immediately absorbed by the body and the stomach. So it's poggies is what you're saying. Oh, look at that. Look at that line. Oh my god. Beauty. Damn, look at like on like the right side, that seagull, it's doing like mid barrel roll. It is upside down. This is where you actually, it's an alien roll. Actually, that's an alien roll. Macro Mario Paint Monday. Are you doing macro Mario Paint Monday, Evo? Oh yeah, I like that. I like that one. Ebo, how are you now? Versus topical collagen peptides. I guess it does make sense, like that it would just be like instantly consumed, like, and just like absorbed into the body because crazy digestive system moment. Man, I don't have like a darker blue. All I have is black. I could, in theory, dip into these. Which would be crazy. I haven't dipped into these in a long time, but I just like, I don't know. I don't like using them too much. I just like sticking to the default palette. Just makes it simpler. On Mondays, you forgot to use your crest whitening strips over the weekend. Blubbers. Just don't. Just floss your teeth, Ebo. Hope this helps. Good morning, Justin. How are you today? Collagen peptide molecules are too large to penetrate the skin, but it still hydrates the skin, so it's not entirely null. Also, the way your name is just white right now, Justin, I low-key thought it was Kendall for a second for some reason. Just because, like, I saw the name color, mod badge, and name length, and I was like, Kendall, question mark? I low-key actually didn't. I've been a lot better recently about, like, washing my face more. I got this Cetaphil face cleanser that I've been using. And I have this, like, it's like a silicone little, like, thing that's meant to, like be like a little scrubber on your face. And I've just, like, kind of stopped using that. And I just started, like, using just, like, the cleanser with just, like, my fingers and just doing that. So I was like, I wonder if, like, the little, like, silicone scrubber thing that I had, like, I wonder if, like, that was just, like, too much, maybe. Like, just too much stimulation on my face. I don't know. I don't know. But I think the cleanser itself has been nice. Man, I've always been kind of wary though, Ebo, of using like just specifically like whitening stuff for teeth. Like I don't know if it's like, I mean it's probably fine, right? It's pretty normal for people to use that, but I don't know. I've just like never really used it myself. Also, Justin, you'll be happy to hear that I am left click. Do you want to work? Thank you. You'll be happy to hear, Justin, that I am back on YouTube streaming today. And I've already muted one person from my YouTube chat. Hope this helps. Used it back in 2010. Your teeth and nerve have been white ever since. With whitening strips, like, do you just kind of like use them and then like you're good? Use whitening toothpaste as maintenance. I remember there was like that arc where everybody was using like activated like charcoal toothpaste. That was like a common thing I remember people using. But I'm pretty sure I heard that like activated charcoal for like toothpaste isn't necessarily like good to be using, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure like I remember hearing saying that like activated charcoal stuff is like not very good. But it was like trendy for a bit there. Like I definitely remember it being like trendy. I think it's like a set use for like a few weeks or whatever, and then you're done. Okay, that makes sense. Because I assume, like, yeah, it's like something you don't want to be using all the time. It's like, I have this face cream, this like facial moisturizer that it has actually, speaking of, we're back to this, it has retinol and collagen in it. And I'm like, should I be using this like daily? It literally says daily, but I'm like, I like low-key for like a week or so, just kind of was using my like just basic normie moisturizer. Say that again. I got a while back this face moisturizer that has like retinol and collagen in it, and I was like, should I be using this daily? Even though it literally says daily moisturizer on it. I don't know. So for like a little bit now, I've been just like kind of like mostly using my normal face moisturizer. Or my normal moisturizer. That's just like a general moisturizer. There's just like not a need for it to a certain point, so it's not that it's really bad. That makes sense. Like assuming like you're just upkeeping your teeth, like I guess like that makes sense that they just kind of stay white. Because I always hear it's like, oh, if you're like a heavy, like if you're like a heavy like coffee drinker, like that can like stain your teeth, for example. You can use it to wear a sunscreen if you're using it daily. That makes sense. I've been trying to put on like just like at least like a tiny bit of sunscreen, even if I'm like mostly sitting inside. I kind of wish like I like knew about like using sunscreen as like part of like skincare routine like years ago. Like I don't think I really have like super sun damaged skin or anything. I don't think, probably compared to like your average Californian or something, for example. Like, you know, like people who like live on the beach, for example. Like I'm sure there's people like that who have like way worse going on. I guess like conveniently I like, you know, spend most of my time inside anyways. But it's like, you know, I've definitely spent my fair share of time like outside in the sun. But everyone has. Like 2010 was so your skincare journey and the amount of knowledge you go back in time and teach yourself. It's like, I imagine like people like us, I imagine there's people our age who have, well, okay, there definitely are people our age who have infinitely like worse skin than us, for example. But it's like, it's really weird how like like using sunscreen, it's just like not like, I feel like I feel like nowadays it's kind of more like common knowledge. I feel like it's getting to be more common knowledge if you're like getting into using like or doing skincare stuff. But like also like you think, I feel like you would think like, oh yeah, you just use sunscreen when you go to the beach. But it's like, nah, like ideally you should be using it like every day. A little bit. Just like how we're gonna be putting green in this water here. Check this green in the water. Oh my god. Also, like, I'm glad it's better now, but like, not to alarm people, but on, it was like Thursday or Friday, I think, randomly, my like right hand was like really sore. This is where G's like, oh, point to where it hurts. It was like sore, like right here on like the top of my hand, like on like around like the thumb area, like to like the top of my wrist ish. And it would hurt like if I like had my hand on like a table and like pressed against it, for example. I just tried to use my Mario Paint mouse on my computer, AMA. But like randomly, like it just hurt if I like did that for like, it was like that for like 2.5 days. It's fine now. As of like yesterday, when I got up, it was fine. And I'm pretty sure I just like worked out too hard, I think is what I did. I'm pretty sure that was my problem. I know also like, I did like a one-handed like dead hang with each arm. So maybe like when I did it with my right arm, maybe I like pulled something. That's my assumption as to what I did. I am assuming that was the cause, probably. But like it was weird because it was like, yeah, using like my like controller or like the mouse, like it like that felt fine. It was just like when I put like pressure on my palm, it was like when it would hurt. I didn't really talk about it too much, or I didn't really talk about it at all hardly, because I was like, I don't want to alarm people. You know what I've also been trying to get better at, like, I feel like this is gonna sound like silly to say in some ways, but like I've been trying to get like better at like breathing, like more actively, like, you know, breathing through my nose, like getting good like nose breaths in, because I always think about like it pops up in the back of my head every now and then of one of my friends years ago telling me how like he had like this issue where like I guess like his body wasn't like naturally breathing on its own correctly or something like that. I remember it was like a whole thing, allegedly, that happened. It was a long time ago, but I remember something like that happening. I feel like that just like pops in my head every now and then. And I remember, you know, I think this might partially just me having that whole issue back in December where I went, or I guess November, I think, when I went the first time, when I went to the optometrist, and the guy was like, yeah, your eye's bleeding a little bit. Which wasn't anything serious, though. Little asterisk, wasn't anything serious, but like I'm very certain it was just from like exercising and slash like not breathing properly. I'm pretty sure that's what that whole like scenario was from. Breathe from your belly, diaphragm, not your chest. Damn, so you don't want like your chest to be like, I guess like expanding in and out when you're breathing, just like normally or whatever. That's like what they say with like singing, how it's like you're supposed to sing from like your diaphragm or like I guess like your stomach. And like you don't want to sing from like your like throat, quote unquote. Yo, XY, how are you? How are we today? That's a definite Justin playing with the dogs right now. Oh, good butter. I'm getting my DoorDash order from my front yard. Wait, okay, actually, I have a banger idea, Justin. I need a Justin. Can I get a Twitch partner at Isle Mario Paint? Twitch partner at Isle Mario Paint, please. He's gone, guys. Blubbers. F in the chat for my Twitch partner. It's nose in, nose out for better oxygen carbon dioxide control. Interesting. No, why is my left click on the Mario Paint mouse being faulty right now? Blubbers. Nose out, nose, or nose in, nose out is when you're trying to blow off excess carbon dioxide. Look, we're learning together. We're learning as a group. I'm learning. These are the things they don't teach in school. They didn't teach me this in school. This is what your ears, nose, and throat doctor taught you and backed up with what nursing school taught me. Nose, mouth might have been running, but I don't know why it'd be different. That's what I always feel like when you're exercising. It's like when you're exercising, allegedly, you're supposed to like do like, yeah, like in through the nose, out through the mouth. Also, lately, like, randomly, I've been getting, like, nosebleeds just out of the blue, and I never get nosebleeds. Is that just, like, dry? Like, is my house dry or something? Even with running, you want to do nose in, nose out? Bruh. Literally, like, you always hear you want to do in the nose, out through the mouth. Is it all a lie? Lubbers? We've been lied to actively. It's not bad to do nose in, mouth out. I'm gonna take a sip. That's another thing too. In modern times, I've been like, I drink water. Like the only things I drink normally on a daily basis is tea and water. But I've been like kind of bad recently about like I'll just go like 3 hours without drinking water sometimes. I'm like, whoops. Like I need to get better at like actively like just taking like small sips of water like more frequently. I think that'll feel good. Okay, I think we want to start putting in this like wave foam. Okay, so we're gonna get the, yeah. Do we want to use gray? I think maybe we use a little bit of dark gray and then go in with the light gray and maybe a touch of white if we're Bob Rossing it out here. Not too. I actually don't want to use too much of the dark gray. Not too much. Just like a touch. It depends, because mouth breathing is not healthiest. What? Lubbers? Isn't it crazy how much misinformation's out there in the world? And we want this. I want that to show up, that like nice like splash. This is a big splash. Yo, good morning, Panza. Any skin breathers in chat? POV, you're a frog. Pointers. You know, that's actually something I don't know. Like, do frogs only breathe through their skin? Or, like, is it like a combo of, like, their nose and their skin? Because I know they breathe through their skin. I know that's a thing they do. Just wild, that's, like, a thing in general that they, like, even do. Butterflies don't have lungs, I'm fairly sure. You know, I've never considered that because insects are so small. I think that includes Butterfree. Do you think Butterfree has lungs? I feel like it's a combo. You know, let's Google it. Oh, well, Google. Do frogs breathe through their nose? When the frog is out of the water, mucus glands in the skin keep the frog moist, which helps absorb dissolved oxygen from the air. A frog may also breathe much like a human by taking air in through their nostrils and down into their lungs. So, yes. According to Brown University, apparently. Butterfree does not have lungs. Oh. Does Steelix have lungs, do you think? You know, I read I read this short, like, little blip of an article earlier talking about how Pokemon Go was allegedly acquired by some whoever company. I think it's the people that does Monopoly Go, I think. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I'm not sure, but allegedly people are, like, backing up all, like, their Pokemon to Pokemon Home or something. From like, the little bit of that I read. I was like, huh. I'm like, yes, paper rack. Congratulations, Kendall, for your contribution on doing a short hill. Wait, it's a short walk, right? Wait, Ebo, what was it again? Oh, it's short Ebo, gotcha. Steelix doesn't have lungs? Oh, okay. No Pokemon have lungs. Did you know frogs breathe through their nose and their skin? Ebo's either high, watching TV, or sleeping. All the iconic Ebo traits. High, watching TV, or sleeping. Ilya Ebo. Just don't bring up frog back babies or I might leave. I don't even know what... we don't have to bring that up. I'm just gonna keep putting green in for this wave. The good news is, so I in recent times, like over like the past like better part of a year, I have been like trying to do more like exercising just in general. But over the past like 4 or 5 days, I kind of like I've taken like a break from it a little bit. I started like a little bit back up. I think I mostly took a break because like as I said earlier, like 10 minutes ago, how my right hand was sore randomly like 3 days ago. It's better now, so we're chilling. I think that partially made me like want to take a break, but like I don't know, like I partially felt like I wasn't giving myself like enough like rest period. I feel like I've been like exercising too much almost, especially because like like if you I'm not like a big bodybuilder, like I'm like definitely like just like a more like thin person generally speaking. So it's like I mean just look at my wrists. My wrists are thin. So I don't know, it's like I feel like I've been like going like too hard maybe. Especially because I'll frequently just do like the same like sort of exercises and not give myself much like it's like I won't give myself like much like rest days. Good morning, Cloud. Hey. Essentially, some frogs lay their eggs on their back and they burrow in the back until they hatch. It's horrid and I hate knowing it. Excuse me while you find some mind bleach. Animals definitely do crazy things. Like how the whole, like, I think it's like after like praying mantises mate, I'm pretty sure it's like the fucking like female kills the male or something. Isn't that the same with spiders or something? I think spiders do the same thing for whatever the fuck reason. I don't get that. Why is that a thing? Anyways. How are you, Cloud? That's definite. Y'all talking about the subways last night. That's a definite Fig in Japan allegedly finding a basically mint GameCube controller just in some, I assume, just some like used game store for like 20 bucks. I'm like, bruh. Like, I never even thought about that, like being in Japan where it's like, yeah, you can just probably find like a lot of like really good condition like controllers and such. Some forms of nutrition. Oh, I could see that. That's like how I know like geckos, for example. Y'all probably have heard this one. Like geckos, for example. Like when they shed their skin, they like eat it afterwards. So I'm pretty sure it's like when they shed, they like lose nutrients, so they like eat the skin to get the nutrients back. I'm pretty sure frogs do the same thing, but it's not like shed like a reptile. It's like, is it molting? I forget what it is, but it's like, it's like a soft shed or something. But I've definitely seen like frogs like eat like their like shed, I guess. Which I assume is the same thing. Something like that, I'm pretty sure. How's this wave looking right now? Is it looking good? Are we vibing with this right now? Like this painting, it's so like there's like not much going on, so like, I feel like I need to do a good job with this one. Otherwise, I feel like it'll like flop. But I think it's looking okay so far. I think it's looking okay, I would like to say. Already do a good job. Feels good. I'm out here trying my best. Actually, if you want a little funny, well, there's like interesting thing. If y'all saw the forest burn, my latest illustration I put on Blue Sky, for that one, I was low-key like struggling with like the clouds in the background for a bit. I was like, these just don't look good. And so I just like watched a Bob Ross video of him painting clouds, and it actually helped like a lot. Like I just like looked up like painting clouds, and then there was just like a Bob Ross video, like a 2-minute Bob Ross video of him painting clouds, and him like talking about it while doing it, and I was like, okay, we're back. Like, I think I was overcomplicating the process. I was making it way more complicated than it needed to be. But you know, it's like, I've like seen, because I like watched like, you know, like various amounts of like painting videos online, and like, I've definitely seen some videos where it's like, how to paint clouds, don't do the Bob Ross method. And it's like, well, his look good. You can't argue with it. It looks good. Why are you carpet bombing the ocean? I don't even know what carpet bombing means. Can I get a... Can you use it in a sentence? Crazy. It's almost like you literally just used it in a sentence. If it works, it works. Yeah, exactly. God, I haven't talked about this in a while, but okay, so there was this one like art video I watched like 6 months ago on YouTube, and I forget what the exact, I think like the video was about why. Oh, okay, thank you, I got you. But the video I think was like supposed to be talking about how to stay like motivated with drawing, which I'm like, okay, I'll give this a little watch. And like one of like the main thing this guy was going on about in the video was like, yeah, so you know, I wake up at like, you know, 5, 6 a.m. And then I do like 3 hours of art studying. And he's like, yeah, so like make it easier. Just like get in like a Discord call for like with like some friends and just like, you know, do studies together. I'm like, yep. Nice like fairy tale world you live in where it's like, yep, waking up at 5 or 6 a.m. with your group of close buddies to do art studies together for 3 hours. I'm like, what? Like, who does that? Like, if that's your thing, cool. But I just hated the guy's, like, the way he talked in the video, because he was just talking like, yeah, a lot of people say, like, I'm not a morning person. Newsflash, you are a morning person. Like, fuck off. Like, I know getting up early is, like, a good thing and all that, blah, 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 but it's like the way this guy was talking, like, it was so, like, stuck up, it felt like I am objectively correct. I'm like, all right, like, I think I hit don't recommend channel after that. Oh, and actually, I got a bait YouTube video recently on my feed. I was so disappointed because the YouTube video, the title was like, how to keep momentum in drawing. And, you know, I expected the video to be about, like, how to keep the illusion of movement in a drawing. But no, the video, and, like, the way, like, the thumbnail was presented, it made itself look like that was gonna be the topic of the video. But it was just about, like, you know, keeping motivated. So it was, like, a trick. Like, the way the video was, like, laid out was, like, a trick, almost. Because I was like, literally, this makes it seem like you're, like, gonna be talking about, like, you know, keeping, like, the illusion of momentum and motion being conveyed in a piece, but no. I'm like, bruh. Also, Morning Owl. An airplane drops a huge ass load of bombs and it's called carpet bombing. The pink is like exploding bombs in a line. Oh. Interesting. Also, my left click on the mouse is being dumb right now, Blubbers. Is it? This is my Arma Mario Paint mouse that I got. It's like fighting me. That's what happened with my well, actually I still have it, my other Mario Paint mouse, but I was having this issue where like the left click was just like faulty all of a sudden, and it was super annoying. Like turbo sucked. So moral of the story is, I just hate it when you know, how it's just like a common thing on like YouTube and just the internet in general to like, I just hate clickbait in general. Or when like the topic of a video is like just, you know, I feel like your video topic should be like obvious from like the title and thumbnail. I hate that it's just like common to like just actively bait people. It sucks. Not cool, IMO. The drawing at 5 a.m. artists again. I did talk about that, but I also mentioned there was a new one that I came across where it was I assume you didn't hear it because I was just talking about it a few minutes ago, but it was this video that was titled like how to keep like momentum with drawing, and like based on the title and the thumbnail and like the first few seconds of the video, I expected it to be talking about how to like capture the illusion of momentum, aka movement, in a drawing, in a still image, but it was just talking about like how to stay like motivated basically. Which I was like, literally, the thumbnail like shows a drawing that like has like a very good usage of like just momentum, like movement in it. So I thought this was what the video was gonna be about, and then it was not at all what the video was about. And I was like, bruh, nice bait. Nice. I'm like, okay. I definitely hit don't recommend channel after that. I was like, alright, bye. Which, you know, actually something that I saw, I don't know if anybody else feels this, but like, it's literally just like a curse of social media in general, and just like how like the perception of like likes and all that is like just like, I guess changes changes the way like you just look at things in some ways, just think about certain things. But it's like, I hate like I saw this drawing on Blue Sky yesterday, and I thought it was pretty hype. And I think when I saw it, it had like 80 likes or something, and I was like, damn. I follow an artist, and I was like, I know for a fact if they posted literally this exact same thing, it would get like probably like 2K likes. So like it was a good drawing. But I was like, this is like basically like on par with like what this other person would do, which sucks. I feel like I've seen that so many times online, where it's like, oh yeah, if just like X popular person posts this literal exact same piece, it would get like so much attention. Which I guess if you're a popular artist, like crazy, you'll get a lot more attention. But it's like, this piece deserves it. That's the bottom line. Like, that piece deserved it, I felt like. It was good. The person did a good job, but it sucks. The reach of social media isn't fair. God, my left click is being like very bad right now. Maybe I try unplugging the mouse real quick. I don't want to touch the Super Nintendo in fear of like crashing it. Like y'all ever done that with like N64? I feel like it's pretty. Like, I feel like mine's done this a lot. Like where it's like you just like nudge it and it just crashes instantly. Like I don't want to try unplugging my mouse and replugging it and have the console crash. And it's like, okay, that's the painting, I guess. Which I could call this done right here. Like I would be not upset to call this complete. But I also need to put the seagulls in. And also, the sky just is not right. It feels bad. Maybe I should have put some orange in. Maybe I still can, actually. Let's try and go back real quick. Maybe red? No. Algorithms, yeah. Algorithms, indeed. And it's like also with like, you know, with Blue Sky being a thing now that a lot of people are switching to or have already switched to, aka me. It's like the reach in general is just like less than like what it would have been on like Twitter, just because there's just more people on Twitter. So it's just like, you know, there's just more opportunity for more people to see it. So it's like, in general, I feel like you're probably gonna get like less interactions, which makes sense. But also, I hear people say that they get more interactions on Blue Sky than they were getting on Twitter. You know, it goes a long way, which I'm actually pretty bad at this. I should try and do better at this, but just like post it, like comments. Comments like go a long way when just like somebody like just writes a comment about like some art you did. Just feels good. But also I understand it. How it's like, you know, not everybody wants to do that or like knows what to say specifically. And I myself am bad at doing that. I can speak for myself. I know for a fact I am terrible about doing that. I am just a scaredy shy person, low key, because I am so bad at typing in Twitch chats even to this day. Anybody else feel that sometimes? Like there are people that I watch very frequently that I just never type in their chat. No, left click. Left click. Come on, work with me, baby. Work with me. We're in this together. I am trying so hard to left click right now. Me being too, yeah. Like, I am like such a filthy lurker in chats. Which, like, you know, because I like talking to people. I like talking to people. But, like, I don't know. But also, like, they really, especially in like a popular, like if you're like in like any big streamers chats, which I guess I don't watch like a whole ton of big streamers these days. But it's like, I don't know, it's like I could still like post stuff if I wanted to. Man, let's like take this mouse apart at some point. Like maybe I could like do something. Cause I'm sure the insides of this mouse is not that complicated. I literally see 2 screws. Like, is there really 2 screws holding this mouse together? Like, surely there's more than 2 screws holding this whole thing together. I only see 2 on the outside, at least. I don't know. I don't know. Blubbers. I can have a genuine conversation with like a 100+ viewer streamer. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, it definitely, it gets rough because, you know, it's a lot less personable at that level. Which I appreciate that greatly with streaming, where it's just like, you know, you can have like a personal conversation with the streamer in like a smaller scale environment. AKA not having like a stream that's like where chat is flying so fast where you just can't like feasibly like actually have any meaningful discussion. Like, I don't even pay attention to like, you know, like giant streamers chats, but it's like I couldn't imagine like what's even going on in their stream chats. Okay, I'm clicking on like the bottom part of the left click button and it's working better. So we're kind of back chat. But like, I also know, for example, like there are like probably the biggest streamer who I do actively watch these days, Majin Phil, and I feel like he reads his chat like pretty well. But his chat also isn't like crazy fast, even though like he averages like 1K viewers, for example. Like I feel like his chat isn't like crazy fast. I guess also one kind of interesting thing, like if you have like a giant chat, like if you have like a lot of like people actively talking in your chat and like chat's like going kind of fast, maybe for example, like you can just like very easily just ignore messages. Whereas like, you know, if you're like if you have less, if you have less chat, for example, like, you know, if you're getting like trolls, for some people it might be harder to like avoid them or like not give them attention, because like if you get like just some troll in your chat, you just ignore them. Just don't even give them like the time of day. Just ignore their asses, move on. Also, I like the orange I put in the sky. I think the orange in the sky, huge play. Massive play, actually. Putting the orange there. I actually might put a little bit more. And I'm gonna extend it out more to the side. Dude, this is what I forget. This is good advice, just art advice in general. I forget who said this or where I heard this, but there was definitely some art video I was watching where they were saying like, don't be afraid to just like paint over something. Like, if you're not happy with something, just fucking just go over it, just delete it, and just try it again. And I definitely like in going back to the floors burn painting. That one, like, I feel like there was definitely a few times like there's like a little section where I'm like, I don't like how that part looks. Just fucking block over it. Just try again. Take two. I think it was like just somebody talking about like, don't be afraid to just like, just put something down on the canvas. Which can be hard sometimes to just like put something down. Like, I feel that for sure. It can be tough just to like get something on the page sometimes. I feel like a common thing though, like I noticed with my Mario Paint skies, I feel like they commonly are too dark. That's like a common thing I'll see, like after the fact. I'm like, that sky is just so dark. Which, like, I think this one's not bad. I don't think it's turning out bad. This one should have been done like a little bit ago, I think, but I also like was kind of like vibing for a bit and just like talking. I was being a little talkative earlier. I'm still kind of talkative. Alright, and before I forget, let's add the seagulls in. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Yeah, this one, it's like going like upside down. I wonder if that's what she said, because this is not a Bob painting. This is a guest. And then I might just like real quick, just like quick brush over. Just real quick, just a little bit. That one on the right got a little bit too much. Might like bring it back just a little touch. There we go. This is not by his son. His son was on there, like, on the show a good number of times, but this is by just like some like friend or whatever of his. Joyce Ortner is the one who painted this. Which, well, because like the way I get these like screenshots for like the reference paintings is I just like go to like the YouTube video, and I'd go to the end, because usually at the end, after the painting's done, they get like a good, like just square on, like straight on frame of the finished painting. So I'll just like screen copy, like screenshot that one. And like right before that, when Bob was doing the outro of like thank you so much, like, you know, Bob, like, you know, talking to the camera, but like the Joyce, like the person who did this painting, she was just kind of like looking like to the side, and I was like damn, like does she just not know like what to do in this scenario? But I was like, oh god. I'm like, man, you can just like look at the camera, just like smile or something. I'm like, oh no, oh no. I'm sure she was doing her best though, living her best life, being on the Bob show. New COD pasta posted. I'll look in a sec. This one's about done though, I think. Like, I don't know, there's not really much else I want to do with this one. Like the water, like in the front here, I feel like I could like do like a little more touching up, but like I think it's pretty good for what it is. And you know, I usually I don't want to go like too long on these. You know, once it gets past the 1 hour mark, I'm like, all right, we need to wrap this up. I think we need to call it a day. Alright. Yeah, I think with that one, I think I am down to call that one done. So thanks for watching.